year where we get to celebrate all these accomplishments of our area students, and it's just so much fun.
Good time.
I remember graduating, one of the best parts was all of a sudden you get to decide what you want to learn about.
Yeah.
When you go to college.
That's
you
very
get to
true.
take control of what you're learning about. So we're learning last year that summer can get very hot here. Last year, the hottest summer on record. We're kind of
Are we playing around?
I don't like it.
Getting a preview right now, it
Today,
That's what I
feels.
said yesterday.
Today, it's just, it's May 21st, and we're talking about, heat advisories with 110 on the heat index in places, and it's a product of where we live. We're like stop number 1 in the country. The humidity is first deposited here as it feeds all the storms to our north. And that humidity is really the culprit. It's not necessarily the air temps. 87, no big deal. But with that dew point of 80 feeling like 103, that's why it's feeling so oppressive. And I mentioned nation's first humidity stop because that air comes right through here and then tracks up those southerly winds and feeds the severe weather that's unfolding right now in the plains heading into the Midwest. This system not going to come our way. We've got the heat stuff here, and we're going to be influenced by high pressure, which is getting closer to us. It's this clockwise flow. That's the heat dome, and that's going to be set up with us right on into and through the upcoming Memorial Day weekend. It actually strengthens a little bit into the weekend, and that's going to keep that heat index well up into the 115 or so range. High temperatures into the upper 90s. It's going to get hot Memorial Day weekend. The beginning of the newscast, I talked about a cold front, but not to get too excited about it. This is this little lobe of lower pressure that's going to try to sneak down into the Great Lakes region on Tuesday. If that is to happen, both the longer range modeling, GFS, European, are both showing it. We could get one. It's not going to be anything to be too excited about, but may bring a little drop in humidity, a little northeasterly wind shift. Wouldn't be as oppressive, but still going to be above average, and you probably can keep the jacket in the closet for the remainder of May, June, July, August, September. Not till late October do we typically bring those back out. So mid-90s through the weekend, heat index 110 to 115, and then behind that front, again, still above average, but not as oppressively hot. 93 with the heat index of 103 if that front can make it through here next Tuesday. We'll be watching that closely because it's nice to get a little bit of a break from the oppressive heat. Meantime, drinking water is the number one thing to do if you're spending a lot of time outside. You've got to stay hydrated. Take breaks, get in the shade and or AC when you can. 78 overnight, going to stay close to 80 for most of the overnight hours. Tomorrow, similar to today, close to record heat. 93 is the record. That's also our forecast high. Heat index up around 110. We got that partly cloudy, hazy sky out there. Choppy on the bay, southeast wind 10 to 20 knots, 3 to 4 foot waves on the nearshore Gulf waters, and looking pretty hot here, mid to maybe upper 90s into Memorial Day weekend. Heat index 110 to 115. There's that front. It's nice to put it on the forecast,
Yes, it is.
but it's not going to be cold. It won't be cool. It won't even be mild behind that front, just not as oppressively hot.
Why even call it that?
Average high is still in the upper 80s. And we'll still be above that behind that front if it comes through here.
Yeah.
So
That's
some
why
perspective.
disclaimers are so important, like you did at the
Yes.
very top of the
That's a
newscast.
very good
Don't get too
disclaimer.
excited,
That's right.
because you got everyone's attention.
Good, now we know.
Now we know.
We know.
Alan,
All
thanks.
right.
And we're